I have arrived. Jack Cade has arrived!
Jack Cade!
Our enemies shall fall before us, inspired by the spirit of putting down kings and princes. My father was a Mortimer. My mother a Plantagenet, my wife descended from the Lacys. Therefore am I of an honorable house. Valiant I am. I am able to endure much. I fear neither sword nor fire. Be brave then, as your captain is brave, and vows reformation! There should be in England 7 arpity loaves sold for a penny. And I will make it a felony to drink small beer. When I am king, as king I will be, there will be no monies.
No money! No money!
No, she needs to drink on my score. In one livery that they may agree like brothers and worship me, their lord. The first thing we do...
We kill all the lawyers!
Kill all the lawyers! Kill all the lawyers! Kill all the lawyers!
That I intend to do. Is it not a lamentable thing that the skin of an innocent lamb should be made parchment? And that parchment being scribbled o'er should undo a man? Some say the bee stings, but I say 'tis the bee's wax. I did it once, seal into a thing, and I've never been my own man since.
Kill the lawyers!
Kill the lawyers! Kill the lawyers! Kill the lawyers!
Fly! Sir Humphrey Stafford and his brother are hard by with the king's farces.
Fly not, boys, stand fast, I say. Fetch me my sword, wench. Sir Humphrey Stafford.
Aye.
Sir Humphrey Stafford, you say? He be a knight, be he?
Aye, he be a knight.
He shall meet a man equal to himself. In order to be his equal, I shall knight myself. Arise, Sir John Mortimer.
Sir John Mortimer! Sir John Mortimer!
Sir John Mortimer! Kill Sir Humphrey!
Kill Sir Humphrey!
I pray you do. I will attend him here, and woo her with some spirit when she comes. Say that she rail, why then I'll say she speaks as clearly as a nightingale. Say that she frown, I'll say she looks as clear as morning roses newly washed with dew. Say she be mute and will not speak a word, well I'll say she uttereth piercing eloquence and commendable ability. Say she will bid me pack, I'll give her thanks as though she bid me stay by her a week. If she deny to wed, I'll crave the day when I shall ask the banns and when be married. Oh, but here she comes, and now, Petruchio, speak. Good morrow, Kate, for that's your name, I hear.
Well, have you heard, but something hard of hearing. They call me Catherine that do talk of me.
You lie, in faith, for you are called plain Kate, and bony Kate, and sometimes Kate the Cursed, but Kate. The prettiest Kate in Christendom. Kate of Kate Hall, my super dainty Kate, for all dainties are Kate, and therefore Kate, take this of me, Kate of my consolation. Hearing thy mildness praised in every town, thy virtue spoke of, and thy beauty sounded, yet not so deeply as to thee belongs. Myself am moved to woo thee for my wife.
Moved in good time. Let him who moved you hither remove you hence. I knew you at the first. You were movable.
Why, what's a movable?
A joint stool.
Thou hast hit it. Come, sit on me.
Asses are made to bear, and so are you.
Oh, women are made to bear, and so are you.
No such jade as you of me, you mean.
Oh, Alaska Kid, I will not burden thee for knowing thee to be but young and light.
Too light for such a swain as you to catch, and yet as heavy as my weight should be.
Should buzz.
Well taken, I'm like a buzzard.
Oh, come on, you wasp, you are too angry.
If I be waspish, best beware my sting.
My remedy then is to pluck it out.
Aye, if the fool could find it where it lies.
Now, who knows not where a wasp does wear his sting in his tail?
In his tongue.
In whose tongue?
Yours, if you talk of tails, and so farewell.
What, with my tongue in your tail?
Oh, but thou winter wind, thou art not so unkind as man's ingratitude. Thy tooth is not so keen because thou art not seen, although thy breath be rude.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely plays. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many roles. His acts being 7 ages. At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. Good luck. What have we here? A babe. A very pretty babe. A boy or a child? I wonder. A pretty one, a very pretty one. Sure, some scape boy, not bookish. Yet I read waiting gentlewoman and escape. This has been some stair work, some trunk work, some behind the door work. They were warmer they got this than this thing is here. I'll take it up through pity. Yet I'll tarry for my son come. He elude, but even now. Whoa! Ho! Hoa! What? Not so near. If thou see a thing that is dead and rotten, come hither. What ailest thou, man?
I have seen 2 such sights, by land and by sea, but I have not to say it is a sea, for now it is the sky, betwixt the firmament and it you cannot thrust the Vulcan's point.
My boy, how is it?
I would you did see how it chafes, how it rages, how it takes up the shore. But that's not the point. Oh, the most piteous cries of the poor souls, to see him and not to see him. Now the ship boring the moon with her mainmast, and anon swallowed in the yeast and the froth as you thrust the cork into the hogshead, and for the land service. To see how the bear tore out the shoulder bone, and how he cried to me for help. Said his name was Antigonus. No. Oh, but to make an end of the ship, to see how the sea flap dragged it, but first, how the poor souls roared, and the sea mocked them, and how the poor gentleman roared, and the sea mocked him, both roaring louder than the seer weather.
Land of mercy, when was this, boy?
Now. The men are not yet cold underwater, nor the bear yet gone from the gentleman. He's at it now.
Had I been there to have helped the old man?
Why would you have been there to have helped the ship? There your charity would have had footing.
Heavy matters. Heavy matters. Now bless thyself. Now thou mettest with things dying, I with things newborn. Look thee here. A bearing cloth for a squire's child. Take it up, boy. Open it. Now it said I should be rich by the fairies. This is some changeling. Open it. What's within, boy?
You're a made old man. If the sins of your youth have forgiven you, you will to live. Gold! All gold.
This is fairy gold, boy, and true proof so. Up with it. Keep it close. We are lucky, boy, and to be so requires nothing but secrecy. Let my sheep go. Come, good boy, the next way home.
Go you the next way when you find it. I'll go see if the bear be gone from the gentleman and how much he had eaten. They are never cursed but when they're hungry. If there be any of them left, I'll bear it.
If thou art able to determine what he is from the shape of him, fetch me to the sight of him.
Marry will I, and you shall help me put him in the ground.
'Tis a lucky day, boy, and we'll do good deeds on it.
Blow, blow, thou winter wind, thou art not so unkind as man's ingratitude.
And then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shiny morning face, creeping like snail, unwillingly to school.
There is a willow, grows askant a brook, that shows his hoar leaves in the glassy stream. Therewith fantastic garlands did she make, of crowflowers, daisies, nettles, and long purples, that our rougher sailors call a cruder name, but our cold maids do dead men's fingers call them. There on the pendant bough her crowned weeds clamoring to hang, an envious sliver broke, when down her weedy trophies and herself fell in the weeping brook.
How now, Ophelia?
My lord,
What is the matter?
I have been so affrighted.
With what, in the name of God?
My lord, as I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet, with his doublet all unbraced, his no hat upon his head, his stockings fouled, unguarded, and downgod to his ankle, pale as his shirt, his knees knocking each other, and with a look so piteous and profound that it did seem to shake his bulk and end his being. With this he comes before me.
Mad for thy love.
My lord, I do not know, but truly I do fear it.
What said he?
He took me by the wrist and held me hard. Then goes he to the length of all his arm, and with his other hand thus o'er his brow, he falls to such perusal of my face that he would draw it. Long stayed he so. At last a little shaking of mine arm, and thrice his head thus waving up and down, he falls to such piteous and profound that it did seem to shake his bulk and end his being. That done, he lets me go, and with his head over his shoulder turned, he seemed to find his way without his eyes, for out of doors he went without their helps, and to the last bended their light on me.
Come, go with me. This is the very ecstasy of love, which violent property does itself, and leads the will to desperate undertakings as oft as any passion under heaven. What? Have you had words with him?
No, my good lord. But as you did command, I did repel his letters and denied his access to me.
That hath made him mad. Come, go we to the king. This must be known, which, being kept close, might move more grief to hide than hate to utter love. Come!
The fair Ophelia, nymph thy orisons, be all my sins remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well, well, well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have long and longed to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, not I never give you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did. And with them words of so sweet breath composed as made the things more rich, their perfume lost. Here, take these again. For to the noble mind, rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly. For the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bawd than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. This was sometime a paradox, but now the time gives it proof. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me to believe so.
You should not have believed me. For virtue cannot so inoculate our old stock, but we shall relish of it. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, yet I could accuse myself of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my back than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should fellows such as I do stuck, crawling between earth and heaven? We are errant knaves all. Believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where is your father?
At home, my lord.
Then let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool in no one's house but his own. To a nunnery, farewell.
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens.
Oh, if thou dost marry, I'll give thee this plague as thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow, thou shalt not escape calumny. Or if thou wilt marry a fool. For wise men know what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery, farewell.
Heavenly powers, restore him.
I have heard of your paintings too. God gives you one face and you make another. You jig and you amble and you lisp. You nickname God's creatures and make wantonness your ignorance. I'll no more aunt. It hath made me mad. I say, there will be no more marriages. All but one shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery. Go. Farewell.
Oh, what a noble mind is here o'erthrown. The courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword. The expectancy and rose of the fair state. The glass of fashion and the mold of form, the observed of all observers quite down. And I, of ladies most deject and wretched that sucked the honey of his music vows, now see that noble and most sovereign reason like sweet bells jangled out of tune and harsh. That unmatched form and feature of blown youth blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I have seen, see what I see.
Today is St. Valentine's Day. All the morning be time, and I am made at your window to be your Valentine. Then up he rose and donned his clothes, and up the chamber door, let in a maid, then out a maid, never departed more. By Tris and by Saint Charity, alack and fie for shame. Young men will do it if they come to it. By cock they are to blame. Quoth she, before you tumbled me, you promised me to wed. So what I had done by yonder sun, and thou hast not come to my bed. And thou hast not come to my bed. And thou hast not come to my bed.
Her clothes spread wide, and mermaid-like a while they bore her up, which time she chanted snatches of old lauds, as one incapable of her own distress, or like a creature native and endued unto that element. But long it could not be, till that her garments, heavy with their drink, pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to muddy death.
Hey-ho, sing hey-ho, unto the green holly. Most friendship is feigning, most loving mere folly.
And then the soldier, full of strange oaths, and bearded like the pod, seeking the bubble's reputation, even in the cannon's mouth.
If Signor Leonato be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders for all Messina. As like him as she is.
Signor Lord Benedict, nobody marks you.
What, my dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
It's possible that Disdain should die when she has such meat food to feed her. Yeah. Courtesy itself must convert to disdain when you come in her presence.
Then is courtesy a turncoat, but it is certain I am loved of all the ladies. Only you excepted. And would I could find in my heart that I am not hard of heart, for surely I love none.
A dear happiness for women. They would else be troubled by a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood. I am of your humor for that. I would rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God, keep her ladyship in that same mind so some gentleman or another escape the predestined scratched face.
Scratching would not make it worse, and 'twere such a face as yours would.
Well, you are a fine parrot teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
Would that my tongue, my horse had the speed of your tongue, and so good a continuer. But be where you are. In God's name, I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you are bold.
Yeah. Blow, thou winter wind, thou art not so unkind as man's ingratitude.
And then the justice and fair round belly with good cape on line, with eye severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances, and so he plays his part.
Thou sayest, I owe God a debt? It is not due yet. I'd be loath to pay him before his day. Why be I so forward with him that calls not on me? 'Tis no matter. Honor pricks me on. But how if honor prick me off when I come on? How then? Can honor set to an arm? No. Or a leg? No. Or take away the grief of a wound? No. Honor hath no skill in surgery then. No. What is honor? A word. What's in that word honor? Air. A trim reckoning. Who hath it? He that died a Wednesday. Doth he feel it? No. Doth he hear it? No. It isn't sensible then. Aye, to the dead. But will it live with the living? No. Why? Distraction will not suffer it. Therefore, I'll none of it. Honor is a mere discussion.
Come on, you sweet husband. Let me take thee to Staines.
No, for my manly heart doth earn.
No.
Bardolph, be blithe. Nym, rouse thy vaunting veins. Boy, bristle thy courage up. For Falstaff he is dead, and we must earn therefore.
If I was with him, where Mary is, either heaven or hell.
No, he is not in hell. He is in Arthur's bosom. If any man ever went to Arthur's bosom, he went away and made a finer end than any had been a Christum child. He parted even between the hours of 12 and 1, even as the tide turned. After I saw him play with the sheets and and play with flowers and look on fingers' ends, I knew there was but one way. For his nose was sharp as a pen, and he babbled of green fields. How now, Sir John, quoth I, what man, be of good cheer. And he cried out, God, 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 3 or 4 times. So I, to comfort him, bade him not think of God. I had hoped there would be no need for such thoughts yet. So he bade me to lay more clothes on his feet. And I put my hand into the bed, and they were as cold as any stone. And I fell upward to his knees, and they were as cold as any stone. And on upward, and upward. Oh, as cold as any stone.
They say he cried out of sack.
I that he did.
And of women.
Nay, that he did not.
Yes, that he did, and said they were devils incarnate.
Oh, he could never abide condemnation. That was a color he never liked.
He said once the devil would have him about women.
Oh, he did indeed handle women. But then he was romantic, and he spoke of the whore of Babylon.
Do you not remember he once saw a flea stick upon Bardolph's nose, and he said it was a black soul burning in hellfire?
The fuel has gone out that maintained the fire.
Oh.
And all the riches that he gave.
Shall we, Shog? The king will be gone from Southampton.
Come, let's away. My love, give me thy lips. Look to my chattels and my movables. Let senses rule, the word is pitch and pay. For oaths are straws, men's fates wafer cakes, and hold fast is the only dog, my duck. Therefore, Caweto be thy counselor. Oh, clear thy crystals. The yoke fellows in arms, let us to France. Like horse leeches, boys, to suck, the very blood to suck!
And that's but unwholesome food, they say.
Touch us off mouth and go.
Farewell, hostess.
I cannot kiss. That is the humor of it, but adieu.
Let huswifery appear. Keep thee close, this I thee command. Come, let's away to France!
Farewell. Adieu.
And so ends my catechism.
Blow, blow, thou winter wind, thou art not so unkind as man's ingratitude.
The 6th age slips into the lean and slipped pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side. His youthful hose well saved a world too wide for his shrunk shank. And his big manly voice, turning again towards childless treble, pipes and whistles in his sound.
This royal throne of kings, this sceptered isle, this earth of majesty, this seat of Mars, this other Eden, demi-paradise, this fortress built by nature for herself against infection and the hand of war, this little world, this happy breed of men, this blessed plot, this realm, this earth, this England.
Thou nature art my goddess. To thy law my services are bound. Wherefore should I stand in the plague of custom and permit the curiosity of nations to deprive me? For I am some 12 or 14 months lag of a brother. Why bastard? Wherefore base? when my dimensions are as well compact, my mind as generous, my shape as true as honest main's issue? Why brand they us with baseness, bastardy, base?
This land of such dear souls, this dear, dear land, dear for her reputation through the world, is now leased out. I die pronouncing it, like to a tenement or pelting farm. England, bound in with the triumphant sea, whose rocky shore beats back the envious siege of Neptune's watery siege. England, that was wont to conquer others, hath made a shameful conquest of herself. This England, bound in with the sea, is now bound in with rotten parchment bonds and inky blots. Oh, that this scandal would go with my life. How happy then were my ensuing death.
Who, in the lusty stealth of nature, take more composition and fierce quality than doth within a dull, stale, tired bed go to creating a whole tribe of fops got between asleep and wake? Well, my legitimate Edgar, I must have your land. Our father's love is to the bastard Edmund as to the legitimate. Fine word. Legitimate. Well, my legitimate. If this letter speed and my invention thrive, then Edmund the base shall top the legitimate. I grow, I prosper. Now gods, stand up for bastards.
Last scene of all, that ends the strange eventful history, is second childlessness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans mouth, sans everything.
Lord, the counsel thee to give away thy land. Come place the king by me. Do that for instead. The sweet and bitter fruit shall presently appear. The one in motley gear, the other crowned down there.
Now, which of our daughters shall say she loves us most? Goneril, our firstborn, speak first.
Sir, I love you more than words can wield the matter, dearer than eyesight, space, and liberty, beyond what can be valued, rich or rare, no less than life. With grace, health, beauty, honor, as much as a child e'er loved or father found, of love that makes speech poor and breath unable, beyond all manner of so much, I love you.
Regan, our second daughter, what sayest thou?
Sir, I am made of the same metal that my sister is, and prize me at her worth. In my true heart I find she names my very deed of love, only she comes too short. That I profess myself an enemy of all other joys, which the most precious square of sense possesses, and I find I am alone felicitate in your true Highness's love.
Now, our youngest, the last, though not least in affection. Cordelia, what can you say to get a third more opulent in your sisters?
Nothing, my lord.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing will come of nothing. Speak again.
Unhappy that I am, I cannot heave my heart into my mouth. I love your majesty according to my bond, no more nor less. Good my lord, you have begot me, bred me, loved me. I return those duties back as are right fit, obey you, love you, and most honor you. Why have my sisters husbands when they say they love you all? Happily when I shall wed that lord whose hand must take my plight shall carry half my love with him, half my care and duty. Sure, I shall never marry like my sisters to love my father all.
I prithee, daughter, do not make me mad. I will not trouble thee, my child. Farewell. We'll no more meet, no more see one another, but you are still my flesh, my blood, my daughter, whom I must needs call mine. Mend when thou canst. I can go with Regan, I and my 100 knights.
Not altogether so. Give ear, sir, to my sister.
Why not, my lord? Receive attendance from those that she calls servants, or from mine.
Why not, my lord? If then they chance to slack you, we could control them. If you will come to me, for now I spy a danger, I entreat you to bring but 5 and 20. To no more will I give place or notice.
I gave you all.
And in good time you gave it.
Yet you, my guardians, my depositaries, but kept a reservation that I should be followed with such a number. What? Must I come to you with 5 and 20? Regan, say you so?
And speak it again, my lord, no more with me.
Those wicked creatures yet to look well favored when others are more wicked. Not being the worst stands in some rank of praise. By 50 yet that double 5 and 20, and thou art twice her love, I'll go with thee.
Hear me, my lord. What need you of 5 and 20? Or 10? Or 5? When twice so many follow in the household train to tend you.
What need one?
Reason not the need. Our basest beggars are and the poorest things superfluous. Allow not nature more than nature needs. Man's life is cheap as beasts. Thou art a lady, if only to go warm or gorgeous, and nature needs not what thou gorgeous wearest, which scarcely keeps thee warm. But for true need. Oh, heavens, grant me patience, patience I need. You see me here, you gods, a poor old man, as full of grief as age, wretched in both. If it be you that sets these daughters' hearts against their father, fool me not so much to bear it tamely. Touch me with noble anger, and let not women's weapons water drops stain my man's cheeks. No! You unnatural hags. I will have such revenges on you both, all the world shall... I will do such things. What they are, yet I know not, but they shall be the terrors of the earth. Oh, fool. I should go mad.
The Lord hath counseled thee to give away thy land. Come place him here by me. Do thou for him stand. Sweet and bitter fool shall presently appear. The one is not the year, the other found out there.
There will be a 10-minute intermission.